Hello everybody, it's Mike Paterson from Paterson Photography and First Choice Photo here in Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada. Welcome back to my studio. Continuing on in my talk about my different lenses, I've gotten to two now actually that I really don't know how long I've had them for. I thought it was only a short time, then I went back and started looking for how long ago did I take pictures with them, and I can't believe how long it's been. They may actually be two of my older lenses. But with all my stuff, I really don't switch it out that much. So I really can't say when I bought something and when I started using it. This lens, though, I bought because I needed it. And it has actually made me a ton of money. So today I want to talk about the Sigma 10-20. And at the end, I'll tell you just how much money that this lens has made me. All right, so the Sigma 10-20. I love this lens. Like all my lenses, I don't keep a lens if I don't have a use for it. And this lens I actually have a use for. It's super wide, so when I put it on my crop sensor cameras, the 10mm lens becomes a 16mm lens. And the 20 becomes, well, it'd be 16, so it'll be 32mm that it would become. 16 to 32 is actually quite wide lenses. So what it can do at the 16 is it helps me to take a lot of indoor shots where clients want to have a whole room photographed in one image. It also helps me to be able to take one image of a very wide space and to fit it all in so that the client can see, let's say it's a construction site. So the 10mm really helps me. And the reason that I got it was because I was asked to do a job from a large company that was going to last a little while. So they figured a year to 2 years, maybe 3 years. And they said that they needed something that they could have shot every month of this site. And then as the progress of the site happened, I would photograph not only the site, but I would photograph the inside of the build and so on and so forth. At the time, I had my widest lens was an 18mm. And the 18mm with the crop factor and everything, it wasn't wide enough. Now, I did have a full frame sensor camera that I could have put some lenses on and got close to that, but I needed something a little bit more. And what was perfect was something around the 16 to 18mm once it was on the camera. Well, I saw this lens and I went to the local camera shop and I said, I'll take it. I bought it and I went back to the site and it was perfect. It was absolutely ideal. I didn't do a lot of research before I bought it. It was sort of, I needed it, so I bought it, and it works perfect for what it does, and it does a lot for me. I also use this for doing some astrophotography work. Because it's so wide, it gives me that big field of view that I can get a lot in it. Now, it does distort when you're on the widest setting. You do get some distortion and some angles are twisted and so on and so forth. So you have to be careful with that with this lens. But other than that, I love this lens. And this lens is amazing for what it does and how it does it. Quality-wise, I would say the glass is as good as Canon glass. I've read reviews on it and some people will nitpick it about this or that. I honestly don't see what they're saying. It does have on it autofocus, manual focus switch, which like I said before, most lenses do have. Does not have an image stabilizing on this lens. And honestly, when it's this wide, it really doesn't need image stabilizing. If you get a shaky picture out of a 10 to 20mm lens, you're really messing up big time to do that. You really have to be moving your camera to get an autofocus picture because of camera movement. So that's not a really big issue, and having it or not having it wasn't here nor there. It does have, like I've talked about before, it does have the distance scale, and I love the distance scale. Although on this lens, again, it's one of those things. The distance scale on this lens, when you're focusing this lens, it really, because it's so wide, your focus doesn't move very much. It doesn't sit there and hunt. It doesn't move back and forth. The range is actually quite small. In fact, that is infinity right there. And that is the other side of the focus range for close focus right there. Very little room to move in there. It does have the focus ring at the front. It has a zoom ring back here. It's not weather sealed. It's not like a Canon Pro. I don't even think it's rated as a Sigma Pro. I think it's just their like standard level lens, although I can't say that for sure. It is the 3.5. I like it because it's 3.5. I would love it if it was something like a 1.2. I think that would just be wonderful. But again, it's a cost-wise thing. It does come with the lens hood. And like I've said before in the pictures, I prefer a lens hood over a filter. And for a super wide like this, a lens hood is ideal because you do get a lot of reflections on the glass when you're either inside with spotlights like I have here, or if you're outside with the sun. How much did the lens cost me? Well, the lens cost me about $500 when I bought it. Like I said, I needed it. I went out, I bought it, I was done with it. The funny thing is that this lens has made me probably close to $12,000, specifically this lens. Not jobs that this lens could be useful in, but this lens was the only lens I could use in certain jobs. So this lens was a big money maker for me. And in fact, this lens has actually got me several jobs that nobody else was able to do at the time because it was so wide. So like I said before, it's definitely a money maker for me. I definitely like it. I would not hesitate to having another one if I should ever sell this one or break this one or whatever. It has a great lens. Thank you for watching my video. If you like this video, please click on the like button, which is the thumbs up button. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please click on the subscribe button and then click on the bell next to the subscribe button so you'll be notified when any new videos are uploaded. Thank you and have a great day.